Hello guys, welcome to my final episode of Tier 6 Ranked 1 vs 1. As I showed in the introduction, this is from Rank 3 to Rank 1. And what I found in this season and already in the Tier 5 season is if you don't rank out a destroyer in the first 2 hours when ranked started, obviously there are not enough destroyers, so you get matched against cruisers all the time. So in these to be expected 6 games from rank 3 to rank 1, I was facing cruisers every second game. So 50% of my matches out of 16 games were against cruisers. Imagine you're in a battleship and every second game is against a destroyer. Or being a cruiser, every second game is against a battleship. So this is the hunter class. I don't mind the challenge, but I think results are not really comparable if battleships players, for example, are only being matched against other battleships and some cruisers, and maybe 1 out of 20 they are matched against the hunter class destroyer. Or I have seen cruisers being matched against destroyers a lot of the time, which is very easy because they are supposed to hunt destroyers. But why aren't destroyers not matched against battleships? I haven't faced a single battleship in Tier 6 ranked, and I haven't met a single battleship in Tier 5 and in Tier 4. So there is some systematic behind that they don't want to match destroyers against battleships. But I have been already in Tier 5, been matched the second day, almost 40% of my games against cruisers. So this is something I think Wargaming urgently needs to address if they want to have it a fair matchup. Okay, if this is supposed to be just a meme, okay, we take it for the fun of it, I don't mind. For me it's even more fun because I won all my destroyer games, so destroyers are not really, let's say, challenging for me to play against. But cruisers, they are, it's very hard to rank out against cruisers because my win quota is similar to standard, something about 60-65% against cruisers in rank 1 versus 1, simply for the fact that you have to YOLO cruisers here, and some maps are really not ideal, especially the one with many islands, because you cannot use the concealment as you wish to. So I won all my cruiser matches in open waters, but I lost almost every match in close quarter maps with a lot of islands where the cruiser can bring in the advantage of sonar. So this is really a major drawback, and I think this is the hardcore mode for ranked. I couldn't imagine that battleships against destroyers is as hard, or that cruisers against battleships is as hard, because cruisers can usually tank at least one salvo of a battleship, and then they are close enough to torp them if they're somewhat clever. And battleships the same, if they load HE and if they have a secondary fit and fast turning turrets, they have a good chance to one-shot an incoming destroyer, because most people are not as experienced to do a successful suicide run and getting close enough in a very quick time. So in my opinion, this is the hardest matchup, and I have left every game inside this here, so you're seeing 16 games, 8 against destroyers and 8 against cruisers. And I think my total stats is 24 games played in total to rank out and 9 games lost, while I lost all of them against cruisers. And also in the games I posted yesterday against the Bensons, there were 3 or 4 cruisers, or 2, I'm not sure about. So I've probably faced like 10 cruisers out of the 24 games, 10, 12, I don't know. But really a lot of cruisers, an unusual amount of cruisers. And the learning for me is I have to rank out on Thursday morning the first 2 hours to be matched against DDs 90% of the games, otherwise it becomes really a hardcore game, and results are not comparable. because I know people who have been matched only against DDs if they play the Thursday morning, and if you play on Saturday, Sunday, you're mainly facing cruisers. So this is something, yeah, on the one hand I like, because I like the challenge, but on the other hand it makes results really not comparable. So whatever, enjoy the games here, and maybe you still get some ideas how to fight cruisers. Even though it's pretty tough, I managed to kill quite some of them, but of course I got killed a lot of times as well, because it's an all or nothing. If you miss your torpedoes and they dodge them, you're done. Some, like here, sometimes you take torpedoes or you're outgunned then if you miss your torpedoes. So you can kill cruisers only with a successful suicide run in this island maps where you can't make use of your concealment and ambush them unexpectedly, because they just hide and pop up the radar or turn around, and it's very difficult to kill cruisers in these close quarter maps here. But whatever, enjoy the game, and leave your comments, like the video if you like to see me losing, and subscribe to the channel if you want to have more destroyer information and destroyer tutorials. I'm pretty sure I'll do another tips and tricks for tier 7, and we see how it's going. As a summary for my tips and tricks for tier 6, I was saying that I wouldn't go with the Benson, I would go with the Vauclin, with the Orkan and the Z35. I haven't seen Orkan and Z35 from anybody. I fought one Vauclin, and almost all the other DDs were Bensons, and they were an easy matchup for the Vauclin, so that's why it was easy to really kill all the destroyers. So if you still want to rank out, I still recommend the Vauclin, because it can deal with cruisers to a certain extent with its hard-hitting torpedoes, almost forward aiming of the torpedoes, and the 139mm AP and the reload booster. So there's a chance you kill some of the cruisers, not saying all of them, because for that it's just too hard to kill them. But you have a chance in this ship. So enjoy your ranked season, and see you in tier 7 then.